We are back again in the coveted Wilmington, North Carolina.
This is Wilma. This is our in-house velociraptor, and we love her.
A lot of different treasures here. Debatably the most utilized historic venue in the nation.
So this alleyway and where you're standing right now, this was actually known as Paradise Alley.
We love spooky things.
Welcome to the American Dream.
The American Dream.
You're watching The American Dream?
The American Dream.
Showing you the real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
Let's get this party started right now.
Let's go do this.
It is heating up once again.
We're the Davids going up against the Goliath. Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts.
The staple of the neighborhood. Can't wait to present it to you.
It's all about lifestyle.
In your community.
That's what this show, The American Dream, is all about. Cheers to your American Dream.
Welcome back to the American Dream TV. We are back again in the coveted Wilmington, North Carolina. This time we're touring 3 different places for you to tour if you come into town and visit us here. Number 1 is going to be the spooky historic ghost tours. Number 2 is going to be the Hidden Grounds Coffee Shop, where the back terrace is actually dinosaur themed, so you're definitely going to want to check that out with us. And the third thing is the historic Thalian Hall, where they have musicals and plays and things that the entire family can enjoy. So you're not going to want to miss out on these things to do when you're in Wilmington. Why don't you come along and explore it with us?
Hi, I'm Courtney Bryant, Realtor with Castro Team, and we're here with Tamara, who hosts Ghost Walk Tours in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Happy to be here, thank you.
So, can you tell us a little bit about the Ghost Walk Tour?
Absolutely. This tour has been in our city for over 20 years now, and it has had twice that amount of love and care put into the information that goes into the tour. It's very historically accurate, but with that history comes a lot of ghost stories here in our town. And so it's something we love to be able to share with everyone here. You come into town, you get to hear the history side of it, but you get some of our spooky ghosts as well.
Oh, awesome. We love spooky things.
So this alleyway and where you're standing right now, this was actually known as Paradise Alley back in the early 1700s, and I know it looks anything but that's exactly where you're standing, and it got its name for good reason. Back in those days, sailors would land right where we check people in on the river, and they would get off the ships. They had not stepped on dry land in quite some time. They would step off, they'd smell fresh food cooking. That's something they hadn't had, but I would say their favorite part would have been the lovely ladies of the evening that would dangle out of the alleyway windows you see all through this area. And they would beckon those sailor boys to come on in, have a good time, and spend their money. So paradise it was. Paradise it became. We are standing in front of the original Blue Post pub here in town. Now you're going back further than 300 years in this spot. Where you're standing was very much a pirate hotspot. And so a place like the Blue Post that welcomed all kinds of rowdy sailors, sea captains, and pirates into its doors had to be run with an iron fist. So who better to run the Blue Post pub all the way back in the early 1700s than a woman, ladies? That's right.
That's what we're talking about.
But this was no typical woman. She would barely be typical for today's times. Now, her name was Gallus Meg, and Gallus was a nickname, so I'll get to that in a moment. But Meg herself, all the way in the early 1700s, stood at 6'3". This woman, at her height and her long red hair, her fierce look, she towered over the majority of the clientele of men in this place, because at that time in history, it was completely normal for a gentleman to be 5'4", 5'5" at tallest. And she had 3 particular rules here at the Blue Post that you did not want to break. Rule number 1, never shoot or stab a paying customer inside. She is not cleaning up after you. Rule number 2, never fail to tip Gallus Meg or her ladies had they served you in any way. And then there's rule number 3, you had better never ever get caught harming, stealing from, harassing, hurting in any way her working ladies upstairs, if you know what I mean. All she had to do was get wind that something had gone amiss, something was going wrong, hear a scream. She would drop whatever she was doing downstairs at the bar here, charged for said offender before he could ever think about getting out of the doors behind us, and in front of whatever clientele was inside. She would hike said gentleman up by the throats, bring him out here into this alleyway where we are, and leave him up there while she would then just commence to pounding his face in. Wow. Now, as said gentleman's feet are actually off the ground, he is kicking, he is pulling at her hand as he's choking. Might look like somebody hanging from the gallows, right? Mm-hmm. Hence the nickname. Gallus is a derivative of gallows, especially with an Irish slang, which this woman very much was. She would go to drop him here in the alleyway, but she wouldn't quite let go yet. She leaned down and in like she was just gonna whisper one last piece of her mind, but they would not be so lucky. Instead, she would bite off all or part of said man's ear, whatever she could keep between her teeth. She would leave him screaming bloody murder here in the alleyway, go back through the doors behind me, and up to her bar. Now, in those days, front to back, this place belonged to Meg, and her bar stood in almost the direct center of this building. Wow. On the left corner of that bar at all times, set ajar. She would go over to that jar, she would uncork it, she would spit that ear in, it would join other ears, pieces of ears. Historically, we understand some fingers as well. She would cork the jar back, wipe the blood from her chin, and go back to serving your food and beer. That is how she ran things here at the Blue Post. And in her defense, the jar sat there at all times as a warning. Don't act this way in my establishment, or I will mark you from ever being able to come back through the doors. However, for those who could read, the jar was labeled pickled pig's ears.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you can imagine she wasn't wildly popular with all the clientele coming in and out of the Blue Post in those days. So one morning, officers are coming up these alleys, clearing out the partiers, the lingerers from the night before, when, as they approach Meg's place, they don't see anybody out by the Blue Post, except for, save one person crumpled up right in front of the doors, looking like they're sleeping. Instead of a sleeping gentleman, is a lady, Meg herself. She'd been stabbed over 30 times, right in front of her own bar door. She had bled out right here in this alleyway, already dead. And but a woman like Meg, as you can imagine, she's not going anywhere. And she spent the last 300 years now in this city, letting us know front to back, this location is still very much under her control. They began an archaeological dig to go back into history here, to get into this portion before we lose that history that's inside. But any ghost fans will tell you, you start digging up that kind of history in a place like this, you are getting everything that goes along with it. Now, wrapping that up, I would tell you there's some great moral to this story, but this place was never about morals, so you can see how things like that happen here.
Wow. Talk about girl power, though. How
Yes.
cool.
Ladies standing their own in the early 1700s.
That's awesome. Yes. Well, thank you so much for sharing that story. This is just one of many that you can experience on this ghost tour, and we're hopefully going to check out the rest. But thank you for stopping here and letting us in. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey Tay. Hi. I'm Audrey. I'm from Castro Team. You guys have been open since mid-2023.
Yes, almost coming up on 1 year. It has been absolutely mind-blowing. We never in our wildest dreams could have ever imagined what this would become, and we are just so honored to be a part of this community, and we've just had the most incredible guests, so we're loving every second of it.
So tell me about this guy right here.
This is Wilma. This is our in-house velociraptor, and we love her.
Okay, and I'm sure all of the guests love her just as well.
Yes.
Are we planning on a partner for Wilma?
We are hoping to one day find her Fred, so let's keep our fingers crossed. I'm only allowed one dinosaur at a time for now. We came across this building because it used to be an old retail shop. It was a really, really talented graphic artist, and it was called Hey TVM, and we would visit all the time to get a ton of his retail. And one day we came over to get a t-shirt, and we saw that it was completely empty and it had a for rent sign. So we immediately jumped on the opportunity because we fell in love with the building. We knew what the backyard's potential was. So we took it over, just basically a blank space, and had a lot of renovations to do. We did the whole backyard ourselves. Well, not ourselves, we did definitely have some help with a lot of the pillars and whatnot. The backyard definitely took us the most time for sure, with a lot of love that went inside as well. So we got our hands dirty, but we had our friends help us out in a couple different departments, and it's turned into what it is.
And the result is great.
Thank you.
It looks awesome back here. Everybody looks like they're vibing, having a good time. So when you come into the shop, what's your usual drink of choice?
It literally switches every day, but if I were to say my most common, it would definitely be a Marlboro Man with oat milk.
And that's because of the man on the wall.
Yes. So my father-in-law is our in-house Marlboro Man. So he worked for Philip Morris or Altria for 30 years, which is a tobacco company. So that is where we got a lot of our Marlboro and cowboy inspiration for our branding.
Love that. Love that. So when we talk about signature flavors on the menu, what are those?
Yeah, so those are going to be our hidden signatures on our menu, which are going to be our most popular beverages for most of our guests. Anything from our cold fashion, which is going to be our pinky up sipper type drink, which is going to be our strongest on the menu, all the way down to our Marlboro Man, which is going to be our most classic that I mentioned earlier, which is essentially a vanilla latte with some caramel drizzle in there. But it has a little bit of everything for everyone, including our minty matcha if maybe you're not into coffee or espresso. Still has that caffeine kick, but it tastes like mint chocolate chip ice cream if you're into that.
Your baristas told us that usually there's a line outside the door going all the way down.
We are incredibly blessed, incredibly fortunate. Every single time we're working behind the bar and we can just see the line forming, I literally turn to Kate and Josh and I'm like, is this real life? Are people actually waiting in a line for our coffee right now?
Right?
But we just hope that we can, knock it out, but efficiency, execution with quality, always trying to do it in an efficient manner, but to where the quality is worth it. So we hope that the line is worth it for everyone.
Tay, thanks for coming out here and talking to us about your business, and I wish you guys the very best here in the Hidden Grounds, downtown Wilmington. Check them out. They're awesome.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. We hope to see you guys soon.
So Shane, thank you so much for having us out this evening. I know you have got a big event tonight, so I won't hold you up too long, but I have a few questions for you. So the first thing I'm curious about, Thalian Hall, and my team was specific in informing me that this is actually called Historic Thalian Hall. Can you tell me a little bit about the name of the building and the historical aspect of it?
Some incredible features which are very unique to this building, including the oldest stage curtain in the United States, which hangs in our parquet lobby, which was the original curtain which hung here for opening night in 1858. We also have above the stage in the attic a piece of 19th century stage technology called the thunder roll. And this technology creates a thunderstorm. You hear it approaching the building, you hear it right over the room, and then it moves away. And then creates the sound of rain and rumbling thunder and cracks of thunder as well. And it has functioned that way for 166 years. And it is one of the oldest continually operating theaters in America. A lot of different treasures here. Thalian, the name, goes back to dramatic groups which were in the American colonies in the 18th century, and they were called Thalian associations. And there were numerous Thalian associations in the state of North Carolina, as well as in the American colonies, and they were originally gentlemen's groups of performers, performance troupes, and they would produce shows for their communities. And it's very Shakespearean. The men would play the male and the female roles because women, were thought to be unsavory to have women on stage at that time. And then that transformed through the 19th century. But these Thalian troupes, there was one in Wilmington, which traces its roots back to 1788. And that organization was instrumental in building Thalian Hall, the opera house portion of this complex. Thalian Association went bankrupt about a year and a half after it opened, and the building was turned over to the city of Wilmington. So the people of Wilmington still own this building. So all of our citizens here, this is your home.
That is so cool. Who knew that there was so much history in just this building here, let alone all of Wilmington, but just in this one building here, there's such a big story to tell. Yeah. Over 100 years worth.
What is special to me is, for this building, is you have the historical aspect, but also it's still speaking to the generations that are here now and the generations that are going to come after us. This stage is one of the most technologically advanced stages in the state. It can do pretty much anything a touring house can do in terms of the lighting, the number of line sets and rigging for scenery changes, the sound system, the projection system. It's all state of the art. And our community gets to use it. And so that's also very special. Debatably the most utilized historic venue in the nation. We have over 700 events a year here in this building. 43 renters, community organizations use this space. So it is a highly used building by the citizens, and so this is their stage to play on, and that investment in the technology is important because it makes all of our regional performers shine.
So when someone is exploring what they can come to see here in the programs that you offer, what are some of the variety of things that they can expect to see?
Oh goodness, well it's a multidisciplinary venue, so that means we do everything soup to nuts. A rock and roll show, there's film festivals, musicals, opera, comedy, you name it. We do it.
That's beautiful. Big variety too. And actually you're hearing them gear up for something that's happening this evening. Can you tell us what's going on down here tonight?
So yeah, this is Opera House Theater Company, the musical Heathers, and this is their apprentice group. So these are all young people who are part of the performers, but also the technical crews, and this is a youth-based production. So preparing the next generation.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for your time and your attention to detail with all of this.
Well,
it's in great care with you, we can all tell. So yes, we appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to
thank
meet
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming back to historic Wilmington, North Carolina with us for a second episode of American Dream TV. We hope to cross paths with you again really soon.
Welcome to this stunning, fully furnished beachfront townhome located in the Topsail Winds community, nestled along the beautiful beaches of North Topsail, North Carolina. This custom-built home offers an exceptional floor plan with 6 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms designed with meticulous attention to detail. Step inside and be captivated by the thoughtful design elements throughout. The home boasts a separate washer and dryer area, providing convenience and functionality. With an elevator accessing different levels is effortless, making this home accessible for everyone. Prepare to be impressed by the exquisite custom tile work that adds a touch of elegance to the space. The craftsmanship is evident in every room, showcasing the builder's commitment to creating a truly unique and special home. Situated on a coveted corner lot, this property offers privacy and plenty of natural light. The deeded beach access, located just across the street, is a rare find, allowing you to enjoy the sandy shores of North Topsail without any stairs or obstacles. Whether you're looking for a permanent residence or a vacation getaway, this house has the perfect blend of luxury, comfort, and coastal living. Don't miss the opportunity to own this exceptional beachfront property in the sought-after Topsail Winds community. Welcome to your awaited oasis in North Topsail Beach. This 7-bedroom, 5-bathroom, 3-story brand new beach home is nestled on a beautiful cul-de-sac lot with majestic oaks, a clear view of the Sound and Intracoastal Waterway, ocean views across the treetops, and all within walking distance to the beach. Pristine white siding with bold black accents give this home a modern and sleek design, surely making it a showstopper year-round. The first floor boasts 4 bedrooms, 2 Jack and Jill bathrooms, a large covered porch on both the front and the back of the home, and the laundry. The master suite is found on the second floor, tucked away with its own private deck. The open concept great room, kitchen, and dining area are found on this level as well, and boast plenty of space for everyone to enjoy. The third level offers breathtaking panoramic views from the loft, with 2 open rooms and 1 full bathroom. This home features a 3-stop elevator, multiple decks to enjoy the summer sun or your choice of view, and so much more. If you're looking for a great beach home or a prosperous rental property, look no further, because this is the one. Indulge in the epitome of coastal luxury with this extraordinary 4-story beach townhome nestled in the heart of North Topsail Beach. With a host of opulent features, this residence redefines beachside living, offering a harmonious blend of comfort and sophistication. The panoramic water and ocean views from multiple vantage points showcase the breathtaking beauty of the coastal surroundings. Step into the main area, where coffered ceilings and an expansive open concept create an inviting space for relaxation and entertainment. Meticulous attention to detail is evident throughout the home, with a thoughtfully designed floor plan that enhances the flow of each room. As you explore, be captivated by the exquisite custom tile work adorning various spaces, adding a touch of elegance and uniqueness to the interior. With 6 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms, this residence provides an ample space for family and guests, making it ideal for both permanent living or a luxurious vacation retreat. The home comes with a deeded beach access across the street, and it offers direct entry to the sandy shores, allowing you to savor the tranquility of the beach just steps from your front door. Whether you seek a permanent residence or a vacation escape, this home offers an unparalleled experience of beachside living. Don't miss the opportunity to own this exceptional property.